Real pleasure to welcome to the couch today Richard Atkins, who is a playwright, among many other things, an actor, a pianist, performer, and it's a great pleasure to meet you.
It's great to be here.
Richard and I were talking a little baseball before he came on. He's worried about his Baltimore Orioles.
Not doing well.
It's rough.
But you're wearing half the colors, orange.
Well,
Orange and black, I know. I'm a Raven fan. So.
Yeah, well, they won.
Yes,
Okay.
they did. So I'm
they're
happy
actually
about,
doing really well this year.
I'm happy about that.
I've just been looking at your background, and you played with Guy Lombardo's orchestra. You were a New York pianist and
Right.
some of the lounges and clubs there for many years. And
Yes, I had a Jewish stage mother who used to send my resume out to Johnny Carson and Donald Trump in the White House, and I would get letters saying, "We got your resume and a picture. We'll keep it on file at the White House in case we need a pianist." So I knew it was my mother, and she had sent my resume into Guy Lombardo, and it was between Guy Lombardo or Sammy Kaye, and I got the gig with Guy Lombardo.
Oh, wow.
that's memorable.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
What a great! And you've done some acting too.
Yes,
Broadway?
I studied music and theater at the University of Maryland in College Park. That's my Baltimore roots. And then I was musical director at Busch Gardens. And then I moved up to New York and did a lot of regional theater and also started writing. So I've combined my pianist skills, my composing skills, my acting skills, and my writing skills. And now we run a theater up in the East Mountains.
And that's the Vortex Theater?
The one in the East Mountains is the East Mountain Center for Theater, but
Okay.
this reading is at the Vortex in Albuquerque.
Okay, you've written a new play called Delikatessen.
Yes.
And the two S's in Delikatessen are the SS symbol from the Third Reich,
Nazis.
from
Yes.
the Nazis.
I always had this idea rolling around in my head to have a Jewish delicatessen on one side of the street and a German delicatessen on the other. And it rolled around in my head for around 9 or 10 years. And I started writing it, and we set it. I'm working with Mark Medoff,
Oh, well,
who is a Tony winner for Children of a Lesser God.
yes.
And so we set it in 1972, right after the Munich Olympic massacre. And the whole deal is that these two brothers, David and Yossi Shapiro, they run this landmark delicatessen called Shapiro's. And then they see across the street that this other establishment is all boarded up and is opening up, but they don't know what it is. And so their rabbi comes by because he knows the tenant of the building there, and he has to tell them that there's a German delicatessen opening up across the street. And since these two brothers are orphans of the Holocaust, that stirs up the whole pot. And that's where the stage is really ripe for conflict.
What a plot line.
Yeah.
Man.
So you would say it's a drama.
It's definitely a drama. It differs from other Holocaust stories in the fact that, take a story like Anne Frank. That's a very low-key
Right.
play about concealment, or Judgment at Nuremberg, which is a big courtroom drama. This is very intense it's really not about the Holocaust as much as it is about the families and how the Holocaust affected the
them.
families 25, 30 years later, and how the memories of the Holocaust affect these people.
Now, this is going to be, it's a script reading?
Yes,
It's at the Vortex.
It's a stage reading. It's kind of a big play. It has 10 characters, so it kind of screams for a big theater, with the big delicatessen set. But it could be done with a creative set designer with a minimalistic set. So it's a staged reading. It's at the Vortex this Saturday, and we have great actors. A local favorite, Ray Orley, and Benjamin Lieberman, Joe Alberti, who is a professor at UNM and also an actor.
Oh, wow.
So he'll be in it, and it's just I say it's David Mamet meets the Holocaust.
Wow.
That kind of a play.
This is powerful stuff, very emotional, I
Yes,
would
it
imagine.
is. But I think that because it's fast-paced and it's very dramatic, that people aren't. I know the Holocaust is a very difficult subject to
Certainly.
to talk about, but we should never forget about the Holocaust. And if we say, "Oh, let's do something else other than the Holocaust," it kind of disturbs the memories of the survivors who are still around. So I think it really stirs a lot of thought. It's going to be there's going to be a big talk back, I'm sure.
Without giving away the ending and all of this,
Right.
so we have the Jewish deli that's
Right.
open and established and doing very well.
Right.
And a German deli opens across the street
Correct.
in 1972.
Right.
And there's tension, obviously.
Yes, the Jewish deli is called Shapiro's because their last name is Shapiro, and the German deli is called Reinhardt's. So the older brother, there are two brothers, the Jewish brothers, the older brother decides to hire a Nazi hunter to try to investigate the German family to see if he can find anything to discredit him. And then there are a lot of mistaken identities. The investigation doesn't go the way the older brother feels, and then there's a turn of events that happen, and the older brother has a son who's being affected by all of this, and a wife. So what happens is the son and the wife are very much affected by all this drama that's happening, because the brothers are always fighting, and then the Germans come over to visit the Jewish guys, and they have a nice little tension conversation. But again, I don't want to give it away, but that's the basic premise.
And again, the time is set right after the Munich Olympics, where the Jewish athletes were murdered by terrorists. And
Correct.
It's,
And
tensions are high.
Exactly. Mark Madoff wanted me to set it right after the massacre.
Yeah.
In fact, the German army could not respond to that conflict because of what happened during World War II. So it was actually up to the Munich police, and they botched the whole job.
So, a reading, Vortex Theater, give us the details.
Okay. It's at the Vortex Theater this Saturday at 1 p.m. It's free for everybody, but there are only 80 seats there, so it's first come, first served.
that's
So I would
awesome.
get there a little early. There is going to be an intermission with paid refreshments, and then there's going to be a talk back afterwards with me,
Very good.
where the audience can, throw out whatever they want.
What a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
And to find out about this.
Thank you.
Very
Yeah, that sounds
fascinating, huh?
awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Great show.
You bet. We're going
And
to put your website. Do we have it on there? It
There it
is.
is.
There's if you want more information about Delikatessen, the play, you can see the spelling there. Richard, thanks so much.
Thank you.